Hey everyone, welcome back. Before starting our discussion, I am making small announcement here. I have made my short notes comprehensively by referring different sources, so you need not to refer any other sources. So kindly follow my videos. Okay, let's start our discussion. Till now, I have uploaded three videos. Okay, in my previous video, we have discussed till Vedic period. Okay, around 500 BC, or it is also called 6th century BC, people in the Vedic period showed hatred towards rigid orthodox practices that were exist during Vedic culture. Okay, so at that time, two religious sects arises. Okay, that two religious sects are Jainism and Buddhism. Okay, so in this video, we will thoroughly understand Jainism. So Jainism is the oldest heterodox sect. Heterodox means opposite to orthodox practices. Okay, then let's quickly understand the rise causes or reasons for rise of Jainism. First reasons was rituals of Vedas. As I said earlier, Vedas during Vedic period they were practicing rigid orthodox practices, so this made people to show hatred towards this Vedic culture. Okay, then second reason was language barrier. All Vedas were in Sanskrit language, so people were not able to understand. So this is also one of the reasons for rise of Jainism. Then third reason was rigid caste system. During later Vedic period, which means during 1000 to 500 BC, four Varnas system were become more rigid, which means during that period, Brahmanas and Kshatriyas were become more dominated. So people showed hatred towards this kind of Varna system. So for that reason, Jainism arises. Okay. Then let's quickly understand some basics about Jainism. In Jainism, Tirthankaras means Jainese religious scholars or teachers. Okay, then there are 24 Tirthankaras in Jainism. So here three Tirthankaras are very important. So we need to remember names of these three Tirthankaras only. That is, first Tirthankara of Jain was Rishabhadeva. Okay, he was born in Ayodhya. His son is Bahubali. Okay, kindly remember this, it is very important. Then there is a monolithic statue in Shravanabadagula in Karnataka. Okay, please remember this. The monolithic statue in Shravanabadagula in Karnataka is Bahubali. Okay, then 23rd Tirthankara of Jain was Parshvanatha. Okay, he was born in Varanasi. Then Parshanath Hill in Jharkhand in eastern Chotanagpur Plateau is was named after 23rd Tirthankara Parshvanatha. Okay. Then 24th Tirthankara of Jain was Vardhamana Mahavira. He was the founder of Jainism. Okay. Let's quickly understand about Vardhamana Mahavira. Vardhamana means prosperity. Then Mahavira means brave. Okay, he was, as I said earlier, he was the founder of Jainism. Then he was born in Kshatriya family. Then he got married also, and he had daughter. Okay, at the age of 30, he left his home and he became ascetic. Ascetic means tapasya. Okay, then he wandered for 12 years to gain spiritual knowledge. Okay, after 12 years he attained spiritual knowledge that was called as kaivalya. This keyword is very important, guys, please remember this. After 12 years he gained spiritual knowledge that is called as kaivalya. Okay, then after achieved kaivalya he was called as Mahavira or Jina. Okay, then he taught Jainism doctrines for 30 years. Then he got nirvana uh, at the age of 70 in Rajagriha in Bihar. Okay, then quickly understand spread of Jainism. And Vardhamana Mahavira organized Sangha. Sangha means union. Okay, it was included men and women also. Okay, there was no discrimination among men and women here. Okay, then this Jainism spread rapidly in Western India. Western India especially means in three states: Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Rajasthan, and also in southern India. it was spreaded in Karnataka. Okay. Jainism was followed by some of the rulers that include Chandragupta Maurya of Mauryan Empire, then Karavela of Kalinga dynasty, and some of South Indian dynasties were also followed Jainism, that is Gangas, Kadambas, Rashtrakutas, and Chalukyas. Okay, then Jainism adopted the local language that called Prakrit. This is very very important, guys. Please remember. Then Jain religious literature was written in Ardhamagadi. Very very important keyword. Please remember it. Okay. Jain religious literature was written in Ardhamagadi. Okay. Here we did not find any caste discrimination and no animal injury in Jainism. Okay. Then let's quickly understand Triratnas of Jainism. Okay. Triratnas of Jainism are right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. Right faith is also called Samyak Darshana. Okay. Right knowledge is also called Samyak Jnana. Right conduct is also called Samyak Charita. Okay. Then let's quickly understand 12 vows. Vows means oaths of Jainism. Okay. First five are called Anuratas. Then next three are called Gunaratas, and last four are called Siksharata. Okay, let's quickly understand these 12 vows or votes. Anurata keyword is very very important. Already UPSC has asked you guys. Please understand this. Okay, keywords are very very important in Jainism and Buddhism. Okay, please understand these keywords. These 12 vows of Jainism are: first one is Ahimsa. Ahimsa means not to injure. Second one is Satya. Satya means not to lie. Third one is Asteya. Asteya means not to steal. Fourth one is Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means not to lead immoral life. Fifth one is Aparigraha. Aparigraha means not to acquire property. Okay. Then sixth one is Dikrata. Dikrata means limited area of activity. Just remember this, guys. Dikrata. Then Bhoga Upabhoga Rata. It is meaning limited use of consumable and non-consumable items. Then eighth one is Anartha Danda Rata, which means avoiding purposeless sins. Okay. Then ninth one is Samayik Rata, that is meditation. Then 10th one is Desha Vakashika Rata, that is limited space of activity. 11th one is Paushada Rata, which means leading ascetics life. Then 12th one is Atiti Sambhavi Bhaga Rata, which means donation to monks. Then let's quickly understand 8 symbols of Jainism. It is very very important, guys. Please understand. 8 symbols are called Astamangalas. Okay. That is, first symbol is Swastika. Swastika meaning peace and well-being. Then second one is Nandya Larger swastika is called Nandya Nandya. Then third one is Bhadrasana. Bhadrasana meaning throne. Fourth one is Srivasta. Srivasta means chest, which means it indicates pure soul. Then fifth one is Darpana. Darpana means mirror. Mirror which reflects inner truth. Okay. Sixth one is Minugala. Minugala symbol indicates couple of fish. Okay. Seventh one is Vardhamanaka. Vardhamanaka symbol indicates shallow earthen dish used for lamps. Okay. Eighth one is Kalasha. Kalasha indicates holy pitcher or jug. It is in holy pitcher and jug shape. Okay. Then very very important line here. Very very important, guys. Very very important. UPSC may ask this year. Please understand here. The statue having and with a wheel and farm symbolizes Ahimsa. Very very important. Okay, please understand. Then quickly understand sects of Jainism. There are 2 sects in Jainism. That is Svetambaras and Digambaras. Okay, Svetambaras wear white cloths. Digambaras won't wear any clothes. They are naked. Which means Svetambaras wear white cloths because they don't want to kill any microorganisms also, because this white cloth filters even microorganisms, right? So it won't enter into body, so they don't want to kill any microorganisms, so they wear white cloths. In case of Digambaras, they won't wear any clothes, because even during if they wear clothes, during washing the clothes, that filtered microorganisms also killed. So they don't want even any microorganisms. So that's why they won't even wear clothes also. Okay, let's quickly understand subsets of Shvetambharas and Digambaras. There are four subsets in Shvetambharas and two subsets in Digambaras. This is very important, guys. Only remember the names here. That is, first subset is Mula Sangha, second one is Therapanthi, third one is Taranpanthi, fourth one is Bishpanta. Okay. In case of Digambaras, two subsets are there. There is Sthanakavasi and Murti Pujaka. Okay, UPS in 2018 prelims, UPSC has already asked about Sthanaka Vasi. Simply it has asked Sthanaka Vasi is related to which religion, like that. Okay, please understand here. Then let's quickly differentiate Digambaras and Shvetambaras in tabular column. Okay, Digambaras follows the teachings of Mahavira. Mahavira was the 24th Tirthankara and he was the founder of Jainism. Okay. Then Shvetambaras follows the teachings of 23rd Tirthankara, that is Parshvanatha. Okay. Okay. Then uh, Digambaras follows five Anurathas. That is five Anurathas that was given by Mahavira, Vardhamana Mahavira. They follow five Anurathas. That is Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Aparigraha, Brahmacharya. Okay. But Shvetambaras follows only four Anurathas only. That is Ahimsa, Satya, then Asteya, Aparigraha. They won't follow Brahmacharya. Okay. Please understand. Then this Digambara was founded by Jainism monk Bhadrabahu. Okay. Then the Shvetambaras was founded by Jain monk Stulabhadra. Very, very important. Okay. With Bhadrabahu, Chandragupta Maurya was joined, okay, to extend the Digambara sect in southern India. Okay, please understand, very, very important. Okay, then let's quickly understand doctrines of Jainism. These 5 points are very, very important, guys. Please understand here. Jainism believes that everything has soul in this world, even smallest particles also having soul. Okay, as per the Jainism doctrine. Okay, Jainism believes that karma is dangerous to soul, so it must be ended. Okay, so they also believe that to destroy karma, we have to practice penance. Penance means tapasya. Okay, then these two keywords are very important. Fourth one is Anekantavada, then Sadvada. Okay, Anekantavada is the fundamental doctrines of Jainism. It explains about ultimate truth and reality and also universal law. Okay, Sadvada means holding good in certain condition. Okay, these are the doctrines of Jainism. Please understand. Then let's quickly understand Mahamastabhisheka. Okay, Mahamastabhisheka is the ceremony held for once in 12 years. Okay, on the statue of Bahubali in Shravanabelagola in Karnataka. Very, very important, guys. Please remember. Then till now, 4 ceremony held. Okay, recently in 2014 itself, that Mahamastabhisheka held. Okay. Then third point is very, very important, guys. Please remember, UPSC may ask this year. Okay, it means maybe you people are visited to Shravanabelagola in Karnataka, I don't know, but Lord Bahubali standing posture in Shravanabelagola in Karnataka is called Kayotsarga. Very, very important keyword, guys. Please remember. Okay, then let's quickly know about architectures of Jainism. Architectures of Jainism are classified into caves, statues, and temples. Okay, there are 5 caves relates to Jainism. It is Ellora caves in Maharashtra. Ellora caves number 30 to 35 indicates relates to Jainism. Okay. Then Mangitungi cave in Maharashtra also relates to Jainism. Then Gajapanta cave in Maharashtra. Then Udayagiri Kandagiri caves in Orissa. Then Sitanavasal cave in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Then let's quickly understand statues of Jainism. As I said earlier, Bahubali statue in Shravanabelagola in Karnataka is relates to Jainism, which means it is in this hill is very very important. Vindhyagiri and Chandragiri hills. This Shravanabelagola is in Vindhyagiri and Chandragiri hills. Okay, please understand. Then statue of Ahimsa. It is in Mangitungi hills in Maharashtra. Its statue of Ahimsa is relates to Rishabhanatha. Okay, please understand. Okay, then let's quickly understand temples of Jainism. Dilwara temple in Rajasthan, then Girnar temple in Gujarat, then Muktagiri temple in Maharashtra, then Parashnath temple in Jharkhand. It is in Chotanagpur plateau. Okay, please understand. In Karnataka, Jain temples are called Basadis. Very very important keyword, guys. Please understand. Basadis means Jain's temples in Karnataka. Okay, let's quickly understand Jain councils. Okay, first Jain council was held during 3rd century BC. Okay, it was presided by Stulabhadra. Stulabhadra was presided the first Jain council during 3rd century BC. Okay, it was held in Pataliputra in Bihar. Okay, then second Jain council was held during 5th century AD, not BC. Please understand, 5th century AD. It was presided by Devadri Shamashemana. Okay, it was held in Wallabi in Gujarat. Okay, during second Jain council, final compilation of 12 angas of Shvetambaras were completed. Okay, 12 angas means 12 vows or 12 literatures of Shvetambaras, not Digambaras. Very, very important here. 12 angas of Shvetambaras were completed during second Jain council. So this much is sufficient, guys, for Jainism. So I am stopping here. In my next video, we will thoroughly understand Buddhism. Okay. So if you like my initiative, please comment in the comment section. So I will continue my series. Okay.